YouTube, welcome back to another Warzone tips and tricks breakdown. Today we'll be pointing out basic mistakes that most players are making. There's a reason why the average KD isn't a 2, why the average KD isn't a 1. Most of you guys are making these mistakes, and I'll be teaching you guys today how to work yourself out of these bad habits. The thing I've noticed just by watching his gameplay is that his sense is really high. This isn't a bad thing, especially if you guys are just trying to simply master it. That's fine. Having faster sense and mastering it will definitely help you with movement, with observation, just all around gameplay. Throughout a buy, we don't have money, and he did go to the buy. I'm not really sure what he's doing right now. I'm kind of also observing that he's not really observant. He doesn't have a plan of action, which makes me fear his gameplay big time. Even though he's got a fast sense and I might seem like he's quick and snappy with it, his overall gameplay hasn't really shown me any form of confidence. He's buying plates, which is fine, but we had enough plates and now we have 15. Reality, we probably should have got a little bit more money. Now, I've only seen one gun on him. He could have bought that in a buy station next to him. So I don't know if he's got a second. I don't know if he's got his loadie. I don't know if he has his perks. If he doesn't have his perks, meaning he doesn't have a secondary that's built, he should have bought a loadie. He should have got enough money and then bought a loadie. Even if he does have his loadout, which it could be, he should have got enough money for UAV. Again, he had plates. It's not like he didn't have any. If he was sitting on 0 plateaus, then I get it. Buy some, but it's kind of a monumental waste. And again, a little bit of a waste of time just sitting there going back and forth too. A lot of looting right now, and at this point I'm not really sure what he wants to buy. I mean, we were what, $1,900 away from a UAV, and he decided not to loot and get that. So I don't think UAVs are on his agenda. So what are you doing? You are a spaz. He is just straight spaz. And again, the sensitivity, notice how he's walking into things. He's walking into counters, he's walking into fences. He doesn't really have any kind of coordination at all. On top of that, whenever he does anything, he just stares at the ground. You want to keep that reticle on the horizon. You really do. I know you're looting, but again, there's just no reason to be looting this much. Very spastic mentality. Starts one direction, dives back another. And again, going back to the principle of this whole thing that I'm ranting about, no plan of action. You have no direction on what you want to do this match. People think we just land in here and just go with the flow. That's never the case. Maybe sometimes we have to audible and force to go with the flow, but when you're not in any combat at all, you have to create the flow yourself by doing things. We can go hit the zips and look for movement. We can go hit a lot of different boxes and get a UAV and chase down enemies. We can start getting positioning, because being down here is not really going to be beneficial to us at all. I'm not foreseeing this going well in the slightest.
Requesting close air. Target's marked.
All right, I was waiting for that and some more shit. Hence my face. But what did we watch just now? Again, we talk about this all the time. I talk about the snowball mentality of your mistakes. The moment we launched this, what do? Pop quiz. Let me know in the comments. What do you do? Hold the angle.
Close air.
I get he's got a sniper glint. You don't have to sit there with your head out and just, oh, what's going on? But he's gonna move. He's going to move. I don't care if he's sniping. I don't care if he's got an RPG. I don't care if he's got a giant dildo he's wielding around. You can look at him, because he's gonna jump off.
Target's marked.
We can't see it at all. So if he jumps off the bridge, easy kill, or at least easy crack, and then you can play accordingly. 2, don't run into your own precision. Because now we have a risk of one thing. He didn't move, and he's still up there, and he reses, and so do we, because we didn't get the kill, and he's got the high ground and we don't. So let's see what happens. If the enemy is on the bridge and he doesn't look, shame on him. But this is a bad spot to be in. Yeah, there it is. We need to move. Wait, smoke out again. Oh, smoke, run. Hey, if you're in the market for a controller because you want better movement than what we're witnessing right here, check out AIM controllers today. You can get a massive discount using code SAVAGE. I'll leave a link in the description and the pinned comment. Whether you're in the market or not, just look at it, build it, check it out. We even got our own. All right, we ended up breaking away and getting out of there altogether. But again, dude, that whole fight should have been won instantly. We shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place, and we should be on. And we should be getting on with our lives. And like, I'm talking a lot about his movement, and I'm definitely hating, no doubt about it. But if he is just trying to practice with another sense, this is the way to do it. So despite me saying it's just too loose for him, he's running into walls. The more you play with it, the better you'll get with it. No doubt. He's in the truck. All right, what? with a sensitivity like this, if you haven't mastered it, the thing you're going to run into is not just running into walls. People run into walls and stuff because they're not able to react as fast as their screen's moving. Looser sense, shit's moving faster. Because you can't react and run into shit, you also can't see enemies because you're flinging your stick around too fast. So even though the guy's sitting right here with his little Red Riding Hood on, he doesn't see him at all. Or the glint. I think it's all the glint right there. And again, there are guns. Okay, first off, there's a window to our right where you literally saw the enemy. Vulnerable. Hey. One, we're sitting here looting and we're kind of vulnerable from this guy. Two, there's a sniper right there. Pick it up and shoot this guy in the face. Not sure what his plan is, but again, I don't think he has a plan. You guys need to have more observation, more planning throughout the game. This is crazy. Honestly, snipes aren't that far off. I definitely was expecting it to be a lot worse, so props to your boy Slavu. But yeah, that was a crazy chow in the first place. We got lucky the enemy missed. And that fight right there, even though we won, and even though, I mean, he didn't play terribly, but the only reason we won is because a player of equal or better skill wasn't playing against us. If that would have been anybody else in that truck that was his skill level or above, he would have got shit on completely. He wouldn't have survived going around the building. Okay, we got a loadout next to us. We know the enemy's here. We have a loadie next to us. We know the enemy's here. So what's the first thing you don't do? Another pop quiz. Don't kick in doors like Rambo. You ain't SEAL Team 6, bitch. Like, I know he might hear your footsteps anyway, but just go up the ladder, get line of sight on this dude. Or go around and get line of sight on this dude. He's gonna have to get his loadie. He's going to. Why the fuck are we kicking in doors still looting for? Or he didn't see it at all. Which, I guess he didn't see it. I don't know how. I don't know how you didn't see that. But again, with this player, two things to learn from. I'm gonna say it again and then I'm done. Observation, plan of action. If he fixes those things, he definitely would probably be a better player. Again, snipes weren't bad. Shots overall aren't bad. But again, let's talk about shots not being bad. What are we looking at? Y'all want better aim? Stop this shit. Do not ever point this little circle at the ground. Ever. Unless you're picking up loot. But even when you're looting, keep this dot on the horizon and just look down, pick it up and go back. Make that a habit. If you guys are Counter-Strike players, you know what I'm talking about. If you guys ever watch Counter-Strike, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta be snappy. Look and look. Look down, look up. You wanna be aware. If the enemy peeks this box and we're looking up here, all we gotta do is snap to the right. That's an easy transition. But now we gotta go up and to the right. And a lot of y'all might be like, well, all he's gotta do is go like that. Yeah, good luck. Most players can't do that. Some of us that are good at controller, of course, we can just snap like that. But most of you guys, you're making your life a lot harder because micro-correcting going one direction is a lot easier than micro-correcting going two directions, right? A lot easier. Let's see what happens to this ghoulie. He hasn't even brought it up once. Again, just keeping it down. All right, so right at this point here, I don't like the fact that Rod came from the gulag and landed here. There's no buy station. We're on the edge of the zone. We have to rotate in, a hard rotate. This is just not good. If you want to land somewhere and loot, I get not wanting to land directly on the buy, but we have the money we need. Just go land on the buy, or at least go there now. We need to get our load out. I think his fear is that there's a buy there. He thinks players are going to be there, so he's avoiding it. But the longer we avoid this, the harder our life becomes, because the less buy stations we have to go to, the harder they're going to be to get to, because the circles collapse and more players are collapsed within those circles. And again, we're going to have to fight more people along the way without our fucking loadie. So this is just crazy to me. Now, he does have a gun with 5 attachments, so he could very well have gotten his loadie somehow, some way before we spectated him. But I don't think so. No camo on it. It's not a bad gun.
Black site's clear.
We'll see.
Area secure.
We'll see. But even if he already has his loadie, and I'm wrong, right? Even if, again, buy station. Get a UE up in the air. It's still early game. Now, we do need to go to farms. I like that we're going there. I just don't like the way we're going there. Driving this vehicle does two things. It makes us a very vulnerable target from snipers, AR players, doesn't matter, or as well as when we do get to where we're going, aka pull up on the land like this, people know we're here. Giant vehicle, giant red vehicle on the map. People know we're here. So you're just kind of alerting everyone to your presence. All right, if you guys watched Friday's video, you know what I'm gonna say. When you're floating through the air, you need to look around for players. Try to find people to land on or avoid depending on your play style. Not sure what the fuck we're doing or where we're going right now, but this is not a good idea. Okay. All right. I'm not mad at the big game bounty at all. I would definitely pick up the big game bounty, but the problem is he gave up a good safe zip to land somewhere he wasn't familiar with to pick up a big game bounty that he's probably not going to fight. Because he's got 2 kills, I don't think he's going to fight this dude. I would have definitely taken advantage of already being in the air and landing on those rooftops that were under us, aka these right here. Now look, he's not looking around at all. He needs to be looking. What if there's guys? What if there's snipers? He's in his map, but still, like, you need to keep your eyes. There's a guy literally down here. Kind of the same premise. He doesn't have a plan of action. This is stupid. I love when people land up here because it lets me know that you guys have no idea what the hell you're doing. You can be shot through. That is such a bad position to be in, dude. Stop doing that, guys.
Drones are deploying buy stations in the area.
So yeah, no plan of action, just going with the flow, and he's probably going to sit up here and camp. When you lack plans, when you lack strategy, when you lack the know-how, your idea of playing good in the game is just survive until the end. But when push comes to shove, because end games are usually a lot harder than beginning games, better players survive, you go up against the best of the lobby, a lot of variables to take into account, you're going to get shit on and die. So when you go into survival mode in a battle royale, that's not the way to play. The objective is to win, but if you're not practicing and getting better, you're not going to be winning as often as you think you should.
Gas is inbound.
All right, we're going to skip to the part where we actually move so we can see some action. See you guys then. Here we are 2 minutes later, still doing the same thing. And finally, 5 minutes later, we are moving out because gas is forcing us to. And don't land on the tower. Oh, definitely don't land on this part of the tower. Oh my God. All right, if you're gonna land on the tower, which again, stupid, but at least land on the very top. Landing right here is gonna get you shot and killed. So this is not a good strategy at all. Also, again, get your eyes on what's around you.
Marking a new safe zone.
We've got to move, so you got to kill people that are gonna be holding us. This is gonna be a funny circle. This is gonna be a good circle. There's a lot of strategy coming in this one.
Been restocked. Load up.
Oh, weird. Oh my God. All right, moving on to Hulk Smash, doing kind of the same thing. Sitting still on a rooftop, getting clapped from the right-hand side.
Losing ground. Move it.
Bunker Buster coming in. I thought I was gonna walk into that, to be honest. I really did. Again, we need to rotate out of here. We've got to move out in the open. This is going to be a good circle. And the reason why I say a good circle is because there's a lot of strategy that comes with this. If you're out of it, if you're in it, you got to play this really wise, really smart. Not a lot of cover out here. Not a lot of cover to get there. We need to start picking off some enemies. There are 4 enemies left. We need to start taking some shots at some bitches. We need to start thinking about what's under us. We need to pull up our big map and start planning our rotation. Honestly, you can just kind of plan it from a mini map, but just make sure you're planning it from somewhere. If we play on the edge of the zone, we're going to get killed before we even get safe. Not mad at the bunker buster, but again, I wouldn't pull my shoot in that aspect. You can get sniped real easy.
Hey, Winterd. Everybody, are you having a good time? I'm having a good time.
Doesn't look like you're having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been rough, you know?
Yes.
I can help you, Hulk. I got you.
Oh, fuck. There you are, there you are, there you are. That's another guy.
Moving on to Apex. It's a very interesting way to play. One, avoid those culverts at all times. I don't like these shits. It's hard. It's hard to fight in these. Avoid them at all times. But just like your last player, just like Hulk, Apex needs to get eyes on the enemies. He needs to start thinking about killing the guy over here so he can rotate in a little bit safer. But we're gonna let the gas push us out, and Apex, just like Hulk, will die before this circle collapses. So get ready for that. Your heart beating. There's a guy to your right. What are we heart beating for? I don't think this dude has any idea what the fuck he wants to do. Guy in front of you. Oh my God. Are you not gonna fight this dude? No?
Gotta be more careful.
If you're Apex, you force that fight faster. Why? Well, because the gas is coming in. Also, when you win the fight, you instantly smoke out. Smoke yourself. Smoke yourself to the rocks. These rocks are safe. I know there's an enemy here, but smoke yourself to the rocks. That way in the smoke, you can plate up. Don't go back to the gas. I get you have a gas mask, but that gives the enemies more time to process where you're at. If you react faster, they have to adapt faster. Most players can't. So make your decisions quick and make the good ones. You're the player inside. I don't know why the fuck he did this dumbass shit. This is probably the stupidest thing I've seen all month. You're sitting in a building that's not safe with a claymore aimed at you. I don't know what the hell you think's about to happen, big dog. This is just ignorant on so many levels. But again, smokes are amazing, and I don't care about thermals and all that shit, but it's still your better option because most players don't rock thermals.
Jeez.
Again, smoke out. And unfortunately, Apex dies. And again, all these players have the same mistakes. It is weird. I know these tips seem simple to some of you guys, but trust me, this is a problem we see on a grand scale because most players are playing like this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe today. Catch you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.